so
Oh, I guess you did. Okay.
it is only fair.
Here we go. So, animated movies. Here we go. Yeah. You will be sitting back for most of this.
Folks, I'm gonna sit back and relax now.
Yeah,
because we'll
you
be
will.
here for a while.
Oh, yeah, you will, because animated movies are some of the prized modes of filming to begin with. Whether it be, the first ever true animation, which was that rotoscope thing with, the guy riding on the horse.
Right, I built one of those.
Yeah.
And it actually worked.
Yeah, whether it be that or whatever, animation is truly a gift,
It is a gift.
It is
It is an art form.
yeah, it's something like people wish they could do in live action but can't. So what do?
Right.
They go to animation.
Where the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and not only that, there's all different types of animation. There's
Yes.
CGI with Pixar movies or
Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3.
I mean, more or less, but those aren't animated movies.
But
Those
it's
are live action.
CGI. Nonetheless, thought I'd point that out, folks.
More or less, but there's CGI animated movies some most DreamWorks movies, and Blue Sky Studios, Illumination Animation.
Yep.
There's 2D animation classic Disney.
Classic Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Classic MGM Studios.
Yeah.
If you want to go way back.
There's stop motion animation Wallace and Gromit.
Yup.
Laika, what they're doing in Laika, what Wes Anderson did with Fantastic Mr. Fox, and some there's some segments in his other movies, and Isle of Dogs,
Right.
aka I Love Dogs, Isle of Dogs. Roasted. Anyway,
That is another ear rape for you, folks.
yeah, there's just a lot of really strong, really great animation. And in fact, it's not just kid stuff. There's a great anime movie called Anomalisa,
Right.
where it is stop motion animation, but it is a rated R, pretty hardcore animated movie.
Right.
And it's not kid friendly whatsoever. Kids would be really bored and sick and kind of traumatized by this movie.
Yes. Not all cartoons are for kids,
No.
ladies and gentlemen.
The Simpsons movie, where it's family oriented, but it's more along the lines of adults and teenagers.
Yeah, definitely.
Family Guy, South Park.
Family Guy and South Park especially are probably more adults only, though, than Simpsons, even in Futurama.
Yeah, but those aren't movies. However, they
And
might
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers, which is going to get a movie. So
Oh, is it?
yes, technically it counts.
Oh, good job, Bob.
Yeah,
Good job.
I guess they started the production process way before Disney took them over and had the ability to stop that. So there you go. Anyway,
Cool.
there's a lot of great animations out there,
There are.
even anime.
Yes.
I like a solid anime every once in a while, like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Spirited Away. My neighbor,
Pokemon.
not Pokemon. No,
I had
that's
to bring
no.
that one up.
No matter what they say, I'm not. No, My Neighbor Totoro. That's a good one. A lot of Hayao Miyazaki movies. They're really, really outstanding. However, some of the best list of movies that I could have easily put as my number one best animated movie of all time is as follows. Number one, not gonna really talk about these. I'm just gonna overview of them. Non-Disney, there's The Iron Giants. That's a great one. That's more family oriented, and it's got a lot of swearing in it, surprisingly.
Really?
So yeah, there's there's How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. That's great. There's the Fantastic Mr. Fox and Isle of Dogs. all of the Leica movies I've really enjoyed, like Coraline, Paranorman, those types of films. I love Paranorman. I don't know what everyone says. Paranorman is like one of my all-time favorite Leica movies.
Yet you don't like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is not Leica. It is.
I know it's a separate thing, but it's like got the same vibe to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just very simple. It's kind of, I don't know. It's I don't know why it gets a lot of. I think it's overrated anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's another one. Nightmare Before Christmas. There's even like Ice Age 2, I think is an underrated movie. All the Pixar movies, even Cars, I think Cars is good.
Thank
Wall-E, Up, the Toy Story franchise.
Yes.
Not Cars 2. Cars 2 sucks. But
Yeah, that one was a bit of a midge.
yeah,
I'm
Cars
afraid.
3, I will say, is probably the best Pixar.
It was
best
really
Cars, not Pixar movie, no, but
No,
the
yeah,
best
I think
Cars
you're right.
movie. Yeah, the best Cars movie, I think.
I think for the Cars movies, if you're a car lover, like in full scale, like you'll appreciate the humor in it more. But for just a general audience who maybe doesn't know as much, yeah, I could see how, maybe you're like, what did that mean?
Yeah, I
that
mean-
wasn't funny.
Also, not only is it like, are the previous Pixar movies good, but they're getting like a lot better. Like,
Yeah, they had a bit of a slump there, but they're getting better again.
well, no, not just with the slump, with like Cars 2 and Brave, which is not as good.
Yeah,
Monsters University, which wasn't as good as their previous work. I mean, they're getting better with like Inside Out and all that, but however, their animation, even back from like Monsters Inc. and Toy Story and all that, their animation is getting so great.
yeah. If you compare
Like for instance, Toy Story.
1995 Toy Story to Toy Story 4, which
Yeah,
is probably
holy
what you were getting
crap!
at.
Yes, like
I
Toy
saw that on a YouTube video once. It's
Yeah.
insane to see the differences in the textures and the
Yes,
shadowing effects. It's
Toy Story.
insane.
Yeah, like Toy Story 4 where it was raining. I thought that was like actual, like it looked really close to actual rain. And like all the plant life in like The Good Dinosaur was like super realistic. And even the really weird animation, like the Inside Out, like the fuzziness,
Yeah,
the fuzzy kind of thing
yeah.
with the characters and the emotions in Inside Out. That is fantastic as well. Like they're getting a lot better. It's getting so good. Like you can't even distinguish between like real and not real anymore.
Huh. You're right.
Even though it's super expensive, they don't care. Okay, they want to better themselves, which I am fully behind. But anyway, although many Pixar movies could be on this list, they just, including The Incredibles and The Incredibles 2, which I think are neck and neck as being really good. They're my favorite Pixar movies.
Yes.
What a surprise. Superhero movies.
I mean, yeah.
Ratatouille, Wall-E.
A Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life could be on there. I mean, it's better.
Planes.
It's better than Ants.
Planes was probably
Planes.
not that good.
It was worse than Cars.
Cars 2.
I think it was better than Cars 2, but
I don't
still,
know.
it was like for really little kids. Anyway,
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah, preschoolers. Anyway,
Ah.
so you got even though you got really great movies like Storks. I love Storks. The Lego Movie. I love the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
It looks like, film like if you use stop motion animation on Legos, it looks a lot like that, and a little bit of animation in there thrown in there. But
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with Disney. Disney
You can't.
originated
Really can't.
Disney originated animation movies, even though technically Snow White wasn't the first animated movie.
Right.
It's one of the first, and it's fantastic. many great ones like Dumbo, Pinocchio,
Deadass Dumbo.
Fantasia, Cinderella. You know, a lot of great movies have come out of Disney. Even when there's some cult favorites went back in their dark ages, like the Animal Robin Hood, or Oliver and Company, or Great Mouse Detective.
Right.
Even today, they're making great movies as well, like Tangled, Frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Yep. Good old Frozen.
They're making Zootopia, Wreck-It Ralph.
Get wrecked for Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. However, Disney Renaissance.
Yes. Oh, yes. I love those movies so much.
That's where it's at.
It is. Oh my God. There's some nostalgia. Disney back in the 80s and the 90s, ladies and gentlemen, was...
No, not in the 80s.
Okay.
It was
The late 80s and 90s is what I meant.
There we go.
That's what I meant by 80s.
Yes. Because
They were hype.
Yeah. During the...
That's when that guy became the CEO.
Not Michael Eisner. Michael Eisner became a CEO of Disney, and then, I guess you were talking about Michael Eisner.
Yes.
Even though he made some terrible decisions.
Right. He did some good and some bad.
A lot of the good that came out of it was kind of like him. We're getting way off topic, but he.
Yeah.
Keep this short and sweet. A lot of the good kind of was like behind his back, like The Lion King.
Yeah.
And a lot of the bad was, that he was actually working on, like Pocahontas. So, that type of thing. Jeffrey Katzenberg, that is who I was talking about. Jeffrey Katzenberg, it's kind of the same thing. Like, whenever he was actually working on something, was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like Pocahontas. And a lot of the good that he did was kind of on, like, behind his back. Like,
he didn't actually do.
Yeah, like The Little Mermaid. He thought The Little Mermaid was going to suck. So did Michael Eisner, but it turned out it rocked. So there you go. Anyway, Disney Renaissance, that's where it's at. It was a close call.
It was, wasn't it?
Between The Lion King, which has some of the most spectacular, beautiful animation. One of the great stories ever told in pretty much Hamlet.
Right.
And I know I don't know what you're doing, but you're like stressing out over here, like having a...
The tension is killing me. The suspense, not the tension.
The suspense, I guess.
Yes.
But, and the music is just simply wonderful. It's just some of the greatest stuff Disney's ever made. And Elton John, too.
Yes. Elton John helped make that a great movie.
However, the animated movie that I consider to be one of the best ones is Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. Excellent choice, Chief. Excellent choice.
It is. You know why?
Why?
I'll tell you why. The animation is simply wonderful, okay? It is... I don't know what it is about me and Disney princesses, but I like Disney princesses. Belle?
Yeah, all little girls did.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But Belle was actually one of the best ones to me. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, like she actually, instead of like Ariel, who was like complaining about the fact that she doesn't have anything and pretty much asks for a man to get it, she's a princess that goes out and does something about it and holds her own.
Got that women's empowerment.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, she has that. She has a lot of like, the animation is simply wonderful. All the characters are really well defined.
Yeah.
This is the first Disney movie that kind of, I guess, plays with the whole formula. Like, for instance, the big strapping, like, muscular, great man is the bad guy.
Right.
And the ugly beast is the good guy.
Yeah,
Like they played around with that.
They did.
I like that.
good
That's
concept.
It is like that actually works. Unlike today, when they just keep on like hammering in, like, oh, you're a princess. If you have an animal sidekick, and you run like, and you're the daughter of some guy important, you're a princess. You're a princess. I'm not a princess. You know, whatever. It's so annoying now.
Very
Like,
cliche indeed.
it's getting to be that way, yes, but neither here nor there. The point is, this is the first one that did it and like kind of worked and was based on the source material where it could work. And on top of all that, like I've read the book Le But in la Beast or something like that. I actually read it and it's very different, but they kept a lot of like key things in there that I found to be pretty awesome. Yeah, I won't go into them because you gotta read the book. But
Right.
anyway, so also like the animation is simply wonderful. Again, like they used some CGI aspects of it, like in the ballroom scene, which was very new at the time. Very well done. This is the first one that wasn't like completely hand drawn, other than the Rescuers Down Under. This was the first one that's actually like all drawn in like the computer, or one of the first ones. The music is gorgeous. It is like Disney music, the way Disney music was supposed to be. It's like everything you could ever ask for and more, honestly. It is just so awesome, and it drives the story. I mean, this movie was even nominated for Best Picture back when they only had 5 nominees.
Right.
Not now that they have 10, but back when they had 5 nominees. This is the first ever animated movie to be even nominated for Best Picture. That's how good it was.
Man, that's some serious crap there.
Yeah, and even when they weren't even done with the movie yet, but they pretty much had everything done with like the conceptual animation done, right? They showed it at New York Film Festival, I think. Even though the animation was not like up to par yet. And they showed it and they got a standing ovation for like 10 minutes.
Huh.
A 10-minute standing ovation.
Really?
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't go see that because I would have been bored of standing for 10 minutes.
I mean, you won't. Yeah. And you couldn't have gone there because it was in 1991, I think.
Early 90s.
Early 1991, yeah. So all the characters are well defined, and you remember them. Like I remember LeFou. I remember Gaston. I remember the Beast.
Yeah.
Are there some story elements and plot holes in this movie? Absolutely. But as you learned in the Disney remake, Beauty and the Beast, which I have a whole review on that, and
Yes, we do.
well, I do, you don't. But
Oh yeah, I saw it. Is what it was.
yeah,
Okay.
I made it, and even though it's not as good, I think it's good. But they tried to fix the problems, but then they just created more problems. You can't fix this movie. This is as close to a Disney masterpiece as you can get, including The Lion King. It's up there with The Lion King, but this edges out a little bit more because this is a true Disney movie. It's Disney Princess. It's got the Disney Prince. It plays on the stereotypes of Disney. It does so much in so little. And it came out first, so there you go. And yeah, I can gush about this movie all the time. Like, even though The Lion King is good, I can't remember every single character in there. Like, I can't remember, I guess, the parrot's name or the monkey's name. I can remember Simba. I remember
Oh.
Scar.
Zazu.
Oh, well, you remember it. I can't.
I remember a lot more about The Lion King than Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, well, I remember a lot more about Beauty and the Beast than Lion King. I remember
Ooh.
LeFou, Gaston. There's the Candlestick,
Right.
Lumiere. There's Belle, and there's her father. You know, there's a lot of characters that I just remember off the top of my head. If I sat down and thought about it even more, I would probably remember more. So, yeah, Beauty and the Beast. Hey, you're my favorite animated movie of all time. Good job.
All right.
Round
I
of applause.
respect that.
Round of applause.
Indeed.
Round of applause for Beauty and the Beast. Now, onward to the Hendra and his favorites animated.
Yes. So, I'm going to go with Toy Story 2.
Oh, really? You don't want to talk about your ones that might have made it?
Well, I'll mention a few. I'd considered also The Lion King myself. I'd also considered Wreck-It Ralph because arcade. And thought a little bit about Monsters, Inc., but... sorry. Ultimately, I think Toy Story 2 is still the one that, whenever I think of a good example of an animated feature film, that's what comes to mind.
Yes, and I can gush about this movie too. Actually, I was kind of upset that you stole it from me.
Yes. However, I will do the gushing for us.
Yes, this is my favorite Toy Story movie.
Same.
And weird thing about it, this was made in like 6 months, whereas
Yes. They had some production struggles.
yes, which adds to the overall behind the scenes story. I think normal Pixar movie is made like in 4 years on average.
Man.
This one was made in like 6 months.
And it's funny, this was originally going to be just some direct-to-video sequel where the guy who talks with the blue background would be like, coming soon to VHS and DVD, or whatever.
Yeah, you know.
Would have talked about, but not to theaters. But after all, it came to theaters, didn't it?
Yeah,
so,
it
good thing it did too, because it took what was great about the first one and it made it better. You know, it gave new characters and it gave this excellent storyline, and it has this surreal element that the first one didn't quite have. You know, the first one's more about, to me what stood out was the whole conflict with Buzz not realizing that he's actually a toy. Where this one, I see a bigger picture in terms of a storyline. There's the whole thing with, Woody gets stolen by Al, who owns the toy store and likes to dress up in the chicken costume for some reason. I remember that.
That's their mascot. It's like Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. And that is the Linden Pump.
Yes.
Anyway.
I am diabetic, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Anyway,
yes. Back to the chicken.
So you're saying that there's more story elements. Do you like do you like more of the drama in there, or do you like what are you saying?
Some of the drama, surprisingly, and even some of the comedic aspects of it. I just remember getting really entertained by Bullseye the horse stepping on the Cheetos or something. I don't know why that was so memorable, but it was. While the TV was on and Al and his, fat man facial hair was sleeping away. And, you got Prospector Pete there, ended up being a villain, like a side villain or something, who was trying to help Al out, without Al even knowing it. And then you got Jesse, who ends up coming with Andy back to, Woody. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Son.
Oh my gosh, self. I agree.
Holy crap.
Why did I say Andy? Okay, I got people mixed up. All right. I was going to say Jesse going back with Woody to Andy's house. I thought that was nice. the penguin that was
Wheezy.
Wheezy was a good one.
Oh gosh. Oh.
I remember he was like, I want to sing a song at the end.
I feel a song.
I feel a song coming on.
You got a friend
Dun,
in
dun,
me.
dun, dun, dun. Then all of a sudden he's like, you got a friend in me. Or something. So,
Ow.
yeah. I remember also a funny part was when they go to the store and they ride in the Barbie sports car.
I'm tour guide Barbie.
I'm tour guide Barbie. And Mr. Potato Head's like, I'm a marriage spud.
Oh, you remember that? Oh,
Yes.
Snap, yes.
And then they get a second Buzz Lightyear somehow. I guess they must have stolen it because I doubt they paid for it.
No, I mean,
It's like you see.
came along. Buzz was trying to get the belts. And
Oh
he was
yeah,
like,
the Buzz is swapped. Right, and the real Buzz got trapped in the box, and he's standing there. You've got the wrong Buzz. You've got the wrong Buzz.
yeah, there you go.
And then the new Buzz is trying to be like, yeah, I, the Space Ranger, I come in peace. I am also Tim the Tool Man. And
Back when Tim the Tool Man actually was on TV.
yes, and then I remember I was like, that was great when the two Buzzes were there together, and then they knew the real one was the one that had Andy's name on the boot.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So,
Yeah, just, the little things make it so special to me. And just the whole late 90s nostalgia vibe of my early childhood being there,
yeah,
it's all good.
same. I mean, I like the first Toy Story. I think that one was really good. As a simple story.
Yes,
As like a first CGI movie.
indeed.
To have a first story
Right.
about toys. It was good.
They did a good job. Then they blew it out of the water.
Yeah, they blew it out of the water with Toy Story 2.
Yeah, they did.
Not only was the comedy, I think, a lot better, more
I agree.
well-defined, they went to more places instead of just The Room, Pizza Planet, and
Yeah.
like Sid's Room, and that's it, pretty much.
I do love the original Toy Story as well, just because of an arcade being there and
Yeah.
the whole Chuck E. Cheese's vibe, but more sci-fi, which I wish was like an actual chain, but I think it just exists in Disney World or something.
Oh yeah. If they didn't put that in Disney World, there's a problem there.
Yes.
But anyway.
And Sid with his like blossoming engineering mindset, where he's like
Oh yeah.
modding his toys. That's so badass, but
Yeah,
at the
it
same
actually
time,
was.
it's evil.
But at the same time, you're like, he doesn't know he's evil. He's just playing with his toys.
Yeah.
Like, that's how, basically, without the fireworks, that's kind of like how a lot of kids play with their toys.
Yeah, the fireworks was going
Like,
an extra step, but yeah.
Toys aren't like, like delicately like played with. Like, oh, I'm just going to put this guy's hand right there and, then I'm going to play with him. He's like on the Western. No, he's like, I'm playing with
my toys.
Whiplash. I don't know. They go
Whiplash.
crazy. They go crazy with their toys. They don't like meticulously put it.
They
Like,
straight up go Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs
Yeah,
with these
I mean, what
toys,
the heck?
like Count Chocula. I don't think so. This
Yeah.
is Cocoa Puffs territory.
yeah, But going back to Toy Story 2. Like,
Yes.
I think this movie's great. Okay, even though it has like a weak villain in
Yeah.
the Prospector, that's the only problem.
That is the only thing. Like, there wasn't really a main villain. There was like a few small villains taking turns.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
kind of what it
much.
felt like.
It's, the Prospector I thought was nah, but otherwise it was just really good. Like it got me. Like
Got me too.
Like,
There's
there's
a
a-
reason I remember so much of it for once.
Jesse's story with
Yeah.
like the little
With
song.
the girl, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
that
The
was-
song, yeah. It
yeah.
was very touching.
it was very touching, very sad, and I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? why is this in a Toy Story movie? Like, what?
Well, then they came to 3 where they're about to
Where
go
it
in
was
the
all
landfill.
It was all Jesse's like flashback. That's like
Yeah.
it's all sad. So yeah, whatever.
Yes.
I mean, Toy Story 3 is good. Toy Story 4 is good. Toy Story is good. They're all great, but Toy Story 2, that's really like on par.
It is. It is the par. The par
Yeah.
is Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Anything less is a bogey or a double or triple bogey.
Yeah.
Anything better, a birdie, eagle, hole in one.
Yeah,
if you want to get golfing in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's underrated, honestly, because people talk about, the first Toy Story, how great the first Toy Story was.
And it was great.
It was.
To be fair.
Yeah, but not a lot of people talk about Toy Story 2, and I'm like, dang.
Really?
What about Toy Story 2?
I hear a lot of people agree with us, though.
I mean, yeah, but I don't hear those. I hear a lot of more people talk about the first Toy Story.
I guess if we were around when that came out and the whole shock factor of it being all CGI was there, maybe that would have influenced our thought process on it, but still.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. I really do enjoy this movie. I think it needs to be talked a lot more than it is.
Yep.
Because I don't know why. People don't like Toy Story 3 all that much. It's got Toy Story 1's got 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. Toy Story 2, 100 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
Toy Story 3 got 99. There's like 4 people that were like, yo, this thing sucks. And I'm like, what the heck is this? How did you not like this movie? How did it not touch you, you idiots?
Imbeciles!
Do you have a heart? What the hell is this?
Now, what I want to know is, what did Rotten Tomatoes give the 4th one?
What did Rotten Tomatoes get the 4th one? I'm looking it up right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
My computer is super slow, so let's see if it got a 99 or 100. Let's see. Oh, it got a 97. What the heck?
What the? Oh my gosh.
What the heck is this? These idiots? This is the lowest rated Toy Story movie? Well, technically it didn't have to be made, but still.
Yeah, I guess.
Some people, At least this got 97. But I mean, holy crap.
I agree.
These idiots, okay? Anywho.
So, yeah.
Now it's time